Imagine speaking from the middle of Chambers Street at like 10 feet tall. So I'm not quite, like, I'm wondering if it's visible from there. And then again, if you just put the mock-up up, that settles the whole thing.
Yep.
For me. So who else has anything to say about it? Tammy?
I think visibility needs to be done on the other side of the street because it most likely will be highly visible as you're looking west. Only
So the-
because the building next door is only a two-story building.
we are looking, that is looking west. The one you're pointing out at the bottom is west. The ones, the two at the
Right.
top are east.
So you're taking,
So we're looking at down both
your
sides.
vision
of
is
the street.
standing in the middle of the street. What does
Yes.
it look like from the sidewalk?
Right, I see what you mean, yeah.
Are you
Well,
gonna,
yeah, we're not- this is
kind of wait and read or?
This is
No, no,
normalized.
I don't think any of these is gonna
Get proven after there's
Yeah.
the mock-ups there and we take every photo you all want, because that's what I think is gonna be required of
So you're
you.
gonna send us those things through
Yeah.
Lucy?
Yes,
Okay, great. And then it'll be like, hey, you can also go out there and see it for yourself.
yeah.
Okay, is
So
that the last slide? Is that
No,
what-
no,
Oh,
okay.
keep going.
There's plenty more in the presentation, but we brought forth all the things that LPC wanted us to bring to your attention.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
so let's just, okay, okay, we looked at those, okay, next, 15.
Oh, one other thing, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
On,
that's the Reed Street now. Is that?
on Reed Street, we're also proposing adding a canopy over the residential entrances, 3 feet over the street line. So,
I'm gonna ask you to reconsider that,
Yeah.
because the way Tom just looked around, but can we see the details on that?
Mhm.
Happy out of
Keep
what?
going.
Lucy, that's a you.
so here we're trying to break down the plan enlargements and elevations of the storefronts. But, where's Reed Street?
Chamber Street.
Yeah, we gotta go to Reed for the.
Keep going.
canopies.
You're not doing the Nelly store, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Nelly.
But you're doing that one as well?
Oh, is
What do you
Yeah.
mean doing it? We're
So it's
renovating
both
it.
buildings.
Yes.
back to front.
Yeah.
Alright, so
It's
I-
not a-
See, we're only looking at one package, that's why I want to present them both at the same time, because they're very similar, but.
No, it's
They
one,
come-
It's separate
it's
document.
one price.
Yeah, I really should do it together,
Please
yeah.
keep going though, even, oh, so that's like kind of the vibe of the proposed storefront where the Army sector is.
Correct.
And I think we can all agree that's an improvement to that, for sure.
And just so you all know, Army is staying there.
Okay.
No, I'm
I'm an
85.
Navy guy personally.
I'm good with that.
Okay,
So what is the canopy detail? Here we go.
Keep going, yeah, read.
So this shows all the stairs being removed and then the drop slab in the proposed coming directly in for ADA access.
I'm not visualizing this canopy, that's where a canopy is, and what drawing do you show a canopy?
So on the bottom right, there's a outline above the
Mhm.
doors for the,
And then
The two
where is
doors
it
on the
in
left.
Elevation.
well, it's there, it's just you're looking at it straight up.
It's very, very minimal.
It's only 3
And
feet
that's made out of what? Aluminum?
steel.
Steel. Okay, next.
Black and steel, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're still,
Black and steel. Black and steel.
So
That
the,
looks
the gold letters on, the, above the door, that's the canopy. Those are gold letters on the canopy. So the idea is the canopy matches the same transom band, transom line. That's the addition.
Mhm.
Okay, and then that whole thing with the handsome color, bi-coloration is aluminum?
the infill is wood and then the cast iron's restored and then the windows themselves are aluminum.
We keep saying canopy, what do we mean exactly?
A canopy, like
Canopy.
canopy in the apartment house.
There was a
Weather
picture of it
protection.
with the green out. It was
Green.
in green,
Something
right?
that projects
Didn't you have a picture of it? Wasn't it in green?
Yeah.
It's over, yeah. Trying to see what, I
I
can't,
thought he had canopy in it.
Yeah, we're
It's
looking at it
exterior.
straight on.
You're looking at it straight
Okay,
on,
we have-
but if you looked at,
Not that.
if you looked at, it would stick out like this, about
Yeah,
3
yeah,
feet
yeah.
over the
But I
side.
thought
and
it
it's
was
just
fur.
rectangular.
3 feet, is that right?
It's just the width
It's a
between the
blade.
two cast iron columns.
Got it.
So where the door is, it's just the width.
How deep is it?
3 feet.
Comes out 3 feet from the building face.
Yeah.
Correct. I get it. Okay, keep going. It's
It has to be deeper than 3 feet.
Yes.
The door is
And
3
not,
foot.
not the
The
entire.
door has to be, from 18
From
inches.
high Leicester to high Leicester.
Sort of
So
quote.
the door's actually set back 18
Got it.
inches.
Just the doorway.
Okay.
The door's set back, but it's a 3 foot door, I would imagine, right?
Correct.
Okay, so 3 foot, so it's even, according to this, it's 18 inches in front of
Property line.
the door.
You can see
the
the
canopy.
plan there.
Let's go in the
Yeah.
plan. Here?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Yes, sir.
There's a little 3 foot
And that's in the
marker.
rear.
Yep.
It's from the outside of the pilettes. to the
Yep.
top.
yes. There we
Okay.
go. Okay. I see, okay, 3 feet from that.
Keep going. Any signs? No signs? No blade signs?
No, we,
Okay, that's.
yeah, we'll get there.
So does the canopy extend out over past the curb? No, that's off the.
No, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a.
It's 3 feet. It's 3 feet. It's
From the building
Oh,
face,
this is on
Yeah.
Reed Street,
So it's over the sidewalk.
so
Yeah.
it's sidewalk,
not out to the curb.
not out to the curb.
okay. Next.
Um,
23, boom. 24, 23.
I think that's it.
Okay. That's proposed.
Yeah.
That's proposed.
Mhm.
Heights and.
And the back,
et cetera.
Okay. Gonna go first. Tammy, you go first, and then you want to get you out of here. We don't want you here every night, so wait.
You definitely don't want me here.
Go, so go.
I'd love to see something with the canopies because I can't conceptualize. it.
Canopy. Oh, like a rendering or something?
Correct, because if
Mhm.
not being the architect in the room, just marrying one, I'd rather see one. I don't, Lucy, if you can go back and consider presentation, please.
Cheer.
All the stairs are gone, all the openings to the bottom, below are gone. And for Chamber Street specifically, all the,
Specific slide, Tim?
the last one is not.
Last slide.
None of the stairs are historic, correct? Or none of the fire escapes are original, built with, or any of that.
Well,
I can't
we
be
can't vouch for
definitive.
that,
Yeah, I
say,
can't.
but they're not the prettiest, Tammy, from what I could see. I don't
I
want.
get that,
Yeah.
but mine, it's a really nice preservation of the top and a redo of the top, although I'm not such a huge fan of the window change on 83,
Mm,
just personally, because it does take away from the distinctiveness of the building,
mm.
which I understand they're doing to try and make it better for the interior. But, with the rooftop change
Mhm.
and the ground floor completely modernized, it's, very different.
Okay, I'm gonna say something about fire escapes. They're very, very dangerous. And you know, someone fell off, a young lady in our neighborhood a
Yes,
couple years ago. I'm all for taking them off. Who else? Was anybody else?
I'm all for taking them off.
I think it goes to the.
The ground floor is highly modernized.
Okay, you don't, ground floor, too much glass? Too
Too
much
much-
aluminum?
I'd like to see the historic aluminum, yes, but I think it's got
Well, we
fence or stone or wood or stuff. It just feels very modern glass,
Very contemporary.
very
down there.
contemporary.
Okay.
It feels like we preserve the exterior above, but the bottom is all whitewash.
All right, what does anybody else have to
What
say?
can I say about the fire escapes, and not that I'm any great fan of them, but it goes back to what we sort of debate here with some frequency of, so what is the purpose of this particular roof? The danger of falling off it, or somebody, going to burglarized or something like that. Those are all valid, but that's sort of outside the scope of what this conversation is supposed to be about, I think.
Well, I mean, these are all market rate apartments and stuff, right? So this is not some, people might protest it because they're there forever. I mean, there's no, I'm not even sure, maybe you could say, is that even part of the public hearing in this case, for landmarks? Because is it staff level, like, that's happening at maybe?
Winnie asked us to present the fire escapes too.
Well, look, again, we can, it sounds like there's some questions about it. Tammy, you have all your questions said, and then who else? I got Carol over here, I wanna, and then is anyone here to speak on this, or these people all here?
So I would say something,
Who's,
you might be sorry, no, they shall be signed and gone because it was not New York.
signs?
Yeah, nobody cares about the old sign.
What sign are you talking about now?
They're plastic, but they left alone.
Oh, I'm a big sign fan, but we can't, and that's not what,
Really?
I agree, but, you know, Can I have the sign? Who's got the sign? Got it?
It's still there. Go get it.
Yeah.
I don't wanna go get it.
But the original.
Well, 1929.
I didn't see that's the-
I'm not a fan of any of them.
Stonework will be retained.
Correct.
All that stonework, it's brick, yeah, all that brick, you gonna clean it and make it look pretty or no? The brick? What
Brick or
That's 83 chambers.
Yeah, is that a
Yes.
brick
So those
building?
Nellies, yeah. There is-
Nellies?
It's 85 chambers is Nelly's.
Where's
and,
that?
It's
Here?
the limestone.
Small brick?
Are you talking about the limestone behind the Nelly sign?
Above the limestone, it goes brick, and
Yeah.
then there's treatment in the
Can
brick.
we see the existing photo? Go back, existing as it is.
1912, it was a different building. 85.
1912?
It was.
No, I'm.
1912, it was a
Mumbling.
It was
different,
totally different.
And,
yeah. 1912 is a different
no,
building.
I'm.
1929 is what we
Now
have.
building, it's so spectacular.
And I'm not loving the fenestration.
You're not loving the fenestration.
185.
Can you tell her to bring it up?
Bring up the 85 presentation,
On
because
Google.
that's has the,
Oh, it's got
it's more,
different-
it's more.
different buildings.
bring
I wanna
on
see
the-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scope of our work is separated for.
Okay, fine.
It's different
That's
size,
a little bit
that we
confusing,
separated,
but
yeah.
it's a little bit confusing. And we have another person after this? I don't understand, we don't.
We wanted to ask.
The school people.
Yeah.
No, okay, this is 85, this slide, would you
We
like?
don't
to
have a
know?
lot of time for.
Number 2,
I'm sorry.
right there, second one.
This
Yeah.
one.
Yep, there you go.
And there's Nelly's sign.
That's a fine sign, but it's not the.
Sign on the other brick.
Okay, but
I'm
you
looking
want
at the windows.
Okay,
In the windows.
so,
Brickwork and windows.
So the brick is being cleaned and that's
yeah,
it.
there's nothing to say about it. We don't have a right to say anything about it. When we do, but, okay, and Gerald, you don't like the fenestration, you don't like the, across the board, you don't like it.
I wouldn't say across the board I don't like it. I'm just saying that the center of fenestration.
This one,
Correct.
uh-huh,
I mean, and
What
the
material
three
is that?
above, the three above.
And the
the three above, oh, going to two double hungs
To
in there.
going to double hungs, yeah.
Let's stop there. Yeah, what was that? Is that not apparent in the, this is like, what?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Come on.
Those
This
are
is like
also
a
fixed
signal
windows,
building.
right?
This is not from, this building is not from the nineteenth
20s.
century, yeah, so,
20s, 1920s.
so
And
what would that have been? Is there a photograph that shows that? Is it in the?
It's in
go
the
through the
next-
designation photo.
the
Go to
next one.
photo. Go to the next
It's
photo.
in the next one, that one.
Oh, but you can't see what it is.
It's very dark.
It's very,
Look
it's
at the-
hard to
This-
print out.
That's this?
Yeah, that's this one. You can see it's not two, it's three. The 131. Sorry.
Which is.
It's like a 3-bay window, like.
Stay.
I can't stop.
These buildings are.
And I might
By the
add,
way,
those are fixed windows, they aren't even operable. So by adding
You're saying
any
like
operation
this.
is gonna be not to what the existing condition is, so we're gonna be proposing
I
something.
mean, I don't mind. Say, because I'm
Okay.
not sure where these came
What
from.
is Gerald, what else do you want to say? I mean, everyone's spoken and I'm generally, I don't want to sway anybody.
Can we see what the new version of that particular one?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
Yep,
Let's
keep
do that.
going.
that's the second building on campus. And who wants to speak online?
I don't mind the new.
Bruce?
Bruce,
You
you
don't
can
mind
unmute
this?
yourself.
I've been listening and hello. Do I sound like Mickey Mouse tonight? No. Okay. I've just been listening to the comments. I have no particular comment, except that a lot of it is better than what's there.
Some things have cream in them.
Except
A
what?
lot of it's better than what was there.
Except that a lot of it is better than what's there.
It's true.
Thank you for-
Again.
That's very true, Bruce.
Hi Bruce, it's LC.
Now, see-
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
No, it's about that big building they're gonna build.
Oh,
Is that on the agenda?
Not right now. Okay.
Guys,
Okay.
do we have any more comments and are we gonna be able to write a positive, resolution? See that window up?
Back to the windows.
Am I going back?
Pending,
Yeah, we need to mock up.
pending the mock-up, right? And a mock-up.
Yeah, we definitely need the mock-up, we knew that.
Which page?
Keep going. It's page 7, CB 7. Keep going, right? This one works. Nope, down. This one works.
There we go.
Yeah, it's existing proposed.
The same one, am I going?
No.
7 works.
Okay, you said 7, so.
I meant,
One above.
I guess it would be 8, yeah.
Yeah, that's reading, so you gotta go.
Because the
Go back.
title
One
page
more
is
back.
0.
Go back?
Yes,
Yeah.
that,
Right there.
So, I mean, I understand what's happening with the interior. There's a wall that's cutting the center of these windows at 85. Separating the living room and the, bedroom.
yes, sir.
That's my only hangup are those windows that, I mean, I understand they're not operable, but you could certainly make any one or all three or two on the ends, crank outs. And get the same 1920s vibe,
Oh, you mean a straight butt, I see.
rather than the double hungs. The double hungs, it just adds a horizontal that it completely changes the feel of the facade. Because you don't have the verticalness of the facade at that point. Now it becomes a series of horizontals. That's my only comment. Everything else is very nice.
Okay.
I agree with you.
I do.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I do as well.
I agree with you, Bennett. How do you like that?
I mean,
I agree. with you.
I was looking at the other things.
I agree. with
Everybody
you.
else.
I think,
I agree with
Landmarks-
Gerald's saying.
I think Landmarks is pretty, they're
But
sticklers on
It's like-
fenestration.
Yeah, but it's still not the three, is it a 3-part thing, or is it the horizontal
You're
Yeah,
saying to
meeting.
me.
issue?
Both, I think.
Yes,
both.
it's both.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, the problem is, well, the challenge is
Yeah.
that the room, as
Yeah,
that
we
wall goes
That's
perpendicular,
what you're saying.
the room is gonna be less than 8 feet, and it doesn't become a room anymore.
You won't be able to make that 2 rooms.
Yeah.
So we tried.
Right now, there's a jog in the room, right? And you're saying that, so see, here's what's happening. So I don't know if you can see this, but it comes down here and turns and then goes into the. So when you say 8 feet, you're saying from the interior edge to this,
To one of the inboard first mullion of the third window, basically.
is 8 foot?
It's close.
And so these are, so it's basically 16 foot wide?
So it's a 23-foot something wide wall to wall on the interior. So in order to get a living room and a bedroom, you need 8 feet for a bedroom, and it doesn't fit. with this,
Is this, is there,
Do we have
is there a
plan
section?
detail than that?
Plan? Yes, there are.
No, not of the units.
Larger plan, no?
Didn't?
Oh, the window.
Yeah, the window.
Yeah. I think it's not, it's in this one. It's let me see what page it is.
One more, right?
It's on here, 21, Lucy?
This is the first one.
20 or 21?
I think we're supposed to have.
This one, right?
While we're doing that, Bruce, maybe you could, since you have such wisdom here, like, what do you think about those windows?
Yes, go one down.
There we go.
Yep.
So that's the existing window and the proposed window, and the,
You
on
can
the
see the wall
right side.
coming into the center mullion.
Yeah.
So you can't continue the wall to the left and just have one. Have the wall dial into the mullion on the left? So the interior wall? Yeah,
In the existing,
Or is there an operational
in
wall?
the existing, yeah.
Is there an operational window that could be vertical instead of split horizontally? Because I think that even accomplishes a version of.
It gives that
It's not
size.
It gives it, it's not exact, but it looks, it would look.
Right.
Meaning
nice.
these two being vertical.
like two pane verticals instead
You're
of two
saying
pane double.
vertical. What do you
Right.
say about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Two?
You like
That's
three
like three.
still?
Well,
You
that's,
like your
yeah,
three.
we're talking about
I
getting rid of the
know.
median, right? I mean, that's, is that? what
I
we're
like
talking about?
3.
It's
Yeah, if we have 3, then we have an
That's
issue.
an issue, right.
You can't bring it out to there.
But you're bringing out one, aren't you adding another? No, not on this one.
We're just showing that that's.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
always a-
yeah, yeah.
It cheated a little bit of this vertical, I feel like.
What?
You can get a similar aesthetic, if not exactly the same. if it's
Yeah,
vertical
yeah, I
versus
know.
Horizontal.
So in other words, if the 2 flanking windows were thinner in vertical profile, and then the center one be a little bit larger, so that you're biasing to one side, right?
So it would be 3 equal.
Okay.
It would be three.
It wouldn't be
There
three
wouldn't be a
equal.
true
It would
front
be
About
three
that.
equal,
opening,
it-
but-
I mean, it'll
I
look
guess
much
what I'm even
better,
saying
I
is that you
think,
needed it to be, truly needed it to be two, because you need that wall in the middle, having
So he's saying
You know,
doing the
either
three, but one
not
side
this
is, yeah.
single
will be
pane,
thin.
which I know you don't want, or some, I don't know what exists in the market as far as windows go, but something that's vertical does not have that horizontal cut. It's,
Right.
again, it's not exactly the same, but it gives a similar feel versus.
Okay, stop there.
So the bump out in the bedroom, or rather in the living room that's meeting, the wall comes down, turns, and then meets the center mullion.
Yes.
Are you saying that you can't put the bump to the left and meet the center of the three? It looks like that wall between the bedroom and the living room is very close to the
I'm
mullion.
sorry, in the plan.
In the plan, yeah, in the
Uh-huh.
plan. I don't.
I know,
have the-
I know.
don't have the larger
This
one.
is the 85 one, it doesn't.
I have
the plan, the
83, but-
does.
I'm looking at 85 on the 83 and, I mean, I don't
I
wanna,
can kind of see, I can kind of know what you're looking at.
it's not, it's like, see, it's not our place to design the
Yeah,
interior.
we are getting very long
The-
in this.
But it is our place to talk about the
I'm-
fenestration.
So
I'm
the-
just trying to help you out.
So-
We want to know what passes.
Is that because those are fixed mullions, right? So the thickness of the wall doesn't
think
quite
it's a
fit the
positive
thickness of the
result.
mullion.
Yeah.
So we can change the window type, et cetera, but that mullion itself
There's
is gonna
some
get
sort of-
thicker in order to catch that wall,
Condition.
regardless of where.
So you have a
Nothing
2
needs
by
to
4
bump
wall?
4 3/4,
Yeah.
Yeah,
5.
okay, I mean. I think there's ways to do it. I hear what you're saying, though. I mean, I just think that the 3 fits the 1920. So, but I mean, it's an Art Deco building.
Hmm.
Okay. What else, guys? I don't know. Did we lose quorum? Or we?
No, we
No, we have corn.
We're all here.
So we definitely need the mock-up photos.
This-
Yeah,
And
this is okay with you.
Then we need,
Okay.
to find a nice way to write the whereas about the third floor window. Second floor? What is it?
For the second floor.
Second.
Third, fourth, and
Third,
fifth.
fourth, and fifth.
Yeah,
I do,
Oh,
I
third,
do,
fourth, and
They're
fifth,
really
the center bay of
Correct.
that.
So there's one with-
I do have one additional question, though. So between, on 85, the second floor window, again, this is very flat, so I can't tell. I'm not 100% certain, but looking at the 1929 photo, my question is first off, is this window, is this original? This black one we're seeing here
On the second floor.
on the second floor of 85? Of 85?
Let's look at it.
No,
Show
look at
us
the historic photo.
existing.
Yeah,
Because the historic photo, even though it's very difficult to see, appears that it may possibly be
Original?
a
Oh, like it's a bay window.
faceted bay window. Yes.
Yeah, it may have been that. I'm sure it was that. But then in that case, it was maybe a
Which would be
big
really
one in the
nice.
middle and then a side one, but
Which slide? are you
But in the
on?
designation language, it doesn't,
The-
it doesn't represent that or talk about it.
you know, that's like a
In the
fantasy.
designation.
It's a
What do you mean?
fantasy.
What?
In the write-up.
Okay, I don't have, this is 83. I don't have
it just
85.
says above the second story, the facade faced in multi-hued tapestry brick has 3 bays of windows at each story and is surrounded by a step brick parapet.
I think, yes.
2-story base is framed in limestone and have a large show window with 3 transoms at the second story.
Could you just scroll back to the historic photos
Yes.
for a second?
This one?
No, the actual historic photographs that you passed it.
This-
There.
First page.
There.
All right.
Thank you. I'm just looking. Thank you. And one more down? One more above, I mean? Ah, good. Thank you. Okay.
Now, that's the older one, Bruce. That's 1912.
Yeah.
That's the previous building. That's no longer there.
Stop there.
Okay, so we can go to the next one then. and just-
Go
again.
back one more, Lucy.
The current, the more recent historic photo. And we
That's the
might
more
have
recent.
passed it.
No, that was it. That was the
Yeah,
more
okay,
recent. That's
good.
1929 right there.
Right, okay, got it. I'm just gonna look at it for a minute. You continue.
Continue, guys. Call the question? Second.
Have we made a decision?
Yeah, we're gonna make some commentary about the center window and try to figure out if it's something to be more original looking plus accommodate their room layouts on the inside. And,
And the mock-up.
yeah, it's the same.
Mock-up.
Oh, with the mock-up, yep. And the mock-up and both locations at the same time. And everyone who's in favor.
Any souls, any extensions?
No, the only thing I was gonna say is I imagine that the fire escape, there may be a conversation in the pool.
Let's try to keep it out of the, I mean, I don't wanna talk about it here. I have other things I think people are gonna talk about. I'm finding Bob, who's gonna talk about an hour and a half.
I have no
about
problem with the fire
Say
escape.
no. I don't care. I'm okay about the fire.
So am I.
I'm fine with the fires.
And me too.
Okay, you gotta second it, I
Me
think.
too.
Okay, any
Aye.
members in the room opposed, abstain, recused? Any members online? Bruce?
I'm fine.
Okay, thank you. Motion carries.
Okay,
Thank you all so much.
thank you guys. What happened with the school guys? They never came?
Thank you so many, that's done.
No, you're not here for the school, right? No one's here for a school?
What are you, we don't even have you on our agenda.
Okay, so why don't you introduce yourself?
Sorry, my name is Karen James. I own 37 Harrison Street, which is one of the historical townhouses that.
Oh, I knew you looked familiar, okay.
Oh, we talked about that.
There are some of my neighbors, who also own the houses. So we're basically, we've had some problems with Independence Plaza for actually many, many years. And, I brought this to the community board in 2019, and I was working with the fire marshal, and then COVID happened and it sort of went out the window. But I have a PDF I printed out. You guys want it?
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
give us one for
Sorry.
him and then we'll share.
Okay. Well, basically, we live in these houses that it's like, we believe that the courtyard behind our house is landmarked, that what landmarks is here. We did it like that before. And also Washington Walk, which is the road, that's a little piece of Washington Street in front of the street that is, the sidewalk's owned by us and Independence Plaza owns Washington Walk itself, but it's cobblestone and like was preserved on purpose. So there's a safety issue where like this, there's a picture here. This is actually when the fire department had to run hoses all the way down the entire street to get to the back for a fire. We've had 2 fires and an ambulance couldn't get to one of my neighbors. It's been a safety issue that they use.
It was a holding fire lane for years and they stole the sign.
Yeah. And it's not, when I was talking to the fire marshal, he said it's true that it's not legal for them to park, their employees' cars there, but it's owned by them, it's not owned by the city. So it was like a little more complicated, so we're sort of working through it, but like I said, then COVID happened and that in 2020. So this is sign removal, but it's also an issue because it's like these historic houses and this historic rock that is supposed to be preserved.
Right.
And we really believe that the entire back courtyard is landmark. When I did my renovation, like we weren't allowed, there was like a hole in the ground, like not even a planter. We were like, should we close this up? And they were like, you can't close the hole in the ground. Like that's for a tree, like that's historic. So, it's a really important project. It was the first landmark project in the city, but it was before there was a Landmarks Preservation Commission. It was a different group that did it. But anyway, I guess it's like a little, we are afraid that Independence Plaza, because they've evicted all the tenants in the adjacent, like.
The 50 townhouses.
Yes.
The townhouses, yes. And we're afraid they're gonna cut down the very large old trees in the back,
Mm.
which we really want to prevent. But because they just came and cut down all of the trees on their side of Washington Walk one day,
Mm.
and we couldn't prevent it. And we're worried, like, no one has eyes back there. They also don't maintain it, and it's like the stones back there are in really, really bad shape, like it is a safety hazard too.
Mm.
So it's like a combination.
Listen, I want to help them every way we can, but the elephant in the room is that it's as of right. So the only thing where we have some leverage is with this historic preservation, if I understand correctly. But I don't know enough about it, Jason.
Okay, we actually went out of line and I wanna limit this conversation if possible and tell everybody to come to the full board meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And like, pick a grievance, because if you pick the trees and the lane and the sign, you're never gonna get anything. So if you think that you have, someone who can do, like yeoman's work and legally look at deeds and find out who owns that space and see if we can get a deed trail that you guys do, you mentioned that there's some misunderstanding of whose road it is? Is
No, no,
that-
no, there's
Okay.
not.
Easements?
It is there, it is an easement, it's a fire lane easement, and it's also, I think, a landmark. I think it's.
I would like to talk when the opportunity arises. So I'm very, very familiar with all of the various restrictions and histories of that property. But I'm confused as to what is being asked for here. There were so many different elements. Can you, if we're going to proceed with this discussion, and Jason, I don't know if you want to, I need clarification on the issues. First of all, what exact specific piece are we talking about? Are we talking about the little remnant of Washington Street? Are we talking about the gardens behind the townhouses? What are we talking, where exactly are we speaking?
And I want to stop you there, Bruce. I did something, shame on me. We really were seeing another group. So let's see them very briefly because I'm going to do that business very quickly. And then let's go back to this. Okay, Harbor School.
Right.
Cell phones, who
Well, they're
goes to
here.
present?
Online.
Oh, then sure.
Okay, guys, so I wrote a resolution a while ago. I remember it well because the guys are gonna redo a building across the way of this great road and you guys had mentioned that the road should be this way and that way. And I think at that time, the whole committee had generally, felt the same and it was written into this old resolution. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of these things. And, you want us to re-support something like that?
Yeah, can you hear me? This is Nan Richardson.
Yes. Hi,
Hi,
Nick.
hi. Thank you so much. Yeah, we would because we're having a meeting with the SCA. We haven't heard anything since last spring when we talked to you. And we've been very impatient about this because all of this was supposed to have been done a year ago. So we're walking into this meeting on Monday and we really want to press them on this, that having the walkway between the two buildings is very practical, but it also is potentially sort of an ADA problem because it'll force anybody who is in a wheelchair or on crutches or anything like that to have to go all the way around the building and go in on the other side because there is no ramp or no access between the two buildings. So they're not really, they're saying that the difference in elevation is an issue between the two buildings. And they're also saying that the fire access could be an issue. So Jason had sent you some sketches. I hope you received them of what it could look like, just
Please share. Who's Jason?
Jason is one of our parents. There they are. He's an architect and he's been working with.
That's very handsome already.
Yeah, Jason, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I can. Good evening.
Okay, great. So he can, explain him a little bit more architecture language, I guess. Go ahead, Jason.
Good evening, guys. Just real quick. I mean, this is just starting the idea to try to get the SCA to respond to this, to provide access. And these are just some analysis of how far it would take somebody to get around the building and some options on how to approach either putting a full bridge, a covered walkway, or something to connect the two buildings, to allow for just ease of access for kids going from locker to locker, from building to building, so they don't slip and fall on ice. And someone who's has disabilities doesn't have to walk around the building. So the first one is just the general approach. This is actually the SCA's drawing, a very quick drawing of their work that they're proposing for 555, which you guys reviewed, that entrance and the window work. The next one is just a quick study of really the travel distances around the building. So it's quite a ways to go around the building. if you were handicapped, if you had a broken leg, twisted leg, or anything. So that's the second drawing. Just giving you a sense, it's pretty long ways to go. 500, it's a long ways to go around. And then this is just, these are not really designs. These are really just some ideas of either do a full, canopy and a ramp to get to the entrance, which is one idea. And then just go to the next one. Is just do a canopy, maybe high enough so a fire department or a fire engine could go across and just connect it. So at least the kids have protection from rain and snow. And
We have.
then the last one is something a little more whimsical, but it's just trying to get the idea across the SCA to just try to get their attention. So we need your help to get their attention.
Okay, well, I think the
That's
best
what we need.
the best we could do is write a letter of the SCA to say that there's still serious concerns from this group of parents. I see Lucy already writing it. No. I mean, you could ghost write it for the boss over there. I don't know where she went.
Oh, that's okay.
But, and that's, I mean, it's a letter from another Jason isn't gonna get this thing turned into, I don't think, so. No, I wrote the resolution, I also, I'm a little bit scared of putting our hands back in this pot of redesigns and architects.
Because we have.
Yeah.
It's resolved in some way, and
So-
that's what I don't
It'd
understand.
be helpful to have a letter where the tone was, please reach out to the people that are part of this community that are concerned about handicap accessibility on this treacherous island in February where you can't barely walk, I'm sure, from the winds. You taking that down, Lucy?
Notes, notes.
I love it. Okay, so I'm willing to put something together with Tammy, like on this email thread that, and I don't know,
Well, I mean, it
you know,
can't be
it's like,
from
yeah,
us.
hey, if you need something by Monday, it's gotta be like a half a page letter that Tammy signs. We don't even meet till Wednesday.
I think anything to get their attention that, that this is obviously a school in your neighborhood and, kids shouldn't be slipping and falling on stairs. It's just, and it
Bruce,
should,
is
and
this something you have any experience with, Bruce, in all your
We're
years
talking,
here? Like,
I'm, again, because of the nature of the Zoom or webinar, I'm a little confused. Are we talking about, we're talking about Governor's Island?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was against this proposal in the past, but after listening to the commentary today, I guess I'm going to drop my opposition to it. I feel that the Governor's Island, the part of Governor's Island that's designated landmark is almost sacrosanct. It's incredible. We keep encroaching on and changing elements of the landmark area of Governor's Island. And the South is already slated for major redevelopment. But the explanation just given seems to override my aesthetic objections. That's my
Okay,
comment.
we'll write a small letter, Nan and Jason.
So we don't need a resolution?
No,
We're
what
just
kind of
writing a
resolution?
letter?
I mean, Bruce, we can't make a
There's no
resolution out of this.
We made a resolution.
We made a resolution.
There's
no
they're asking for
proposal.
application.
There's no action.
Write the letter and address it in our, write a letter addressing the previous resolution and that the parents are having trouble reaching, SCA and it's important. And then we could do a very.
The access of
Right.
the students and the disabled
Yeah.
students,
Okay.
et cetera.
Can we do that for you, Nan? And Jason?
That sounds
Actually,
great.
that would be really great. I just
Yeah,
want to
that'd
say
be
thank
great.
you so much.
Just to be
for your
clear, though,
support.
it's not that we have trouble accessing SEA. It's just that they
Oh, we
keep
do.
dismissing it out of hand. They just say simply the fire access or and we think this is a very reasonable and practical request. And we don't understand why they're not taking it seriously.
Maybe they don't have the dough.
We're sitting on $1.6 million that we could use for this walkway. That can't be the excuse.
Okay,
is
well,
not
then
the
we should put that in our letter too, because we gotta spend that money.
Right.
I can't stand
Okay.
it. I can't.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, and
We got-
happy holidays. Happy
Thank
holidays,
you.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, back to the charming alleyway.
Well, basically the issue is that the worry is that right now, we believe that both the walk and the courtyard are landmark, they're part of this like pedestrian easement plan that Landmarks had when they built it.
Like a
But
landmark.
It's a zone,
vibe.
yeah, no, I mean, there is like a
Well,
packet that's like, when they were created called like Washington Landmark, anyway.
no, but what, I'm just curious, is it the court that's the landmark, the fact that it has to be a court, or what do you, 'cause
I'm a
you show
little-
pictures that aren't very landmarky looking, I see the landmark.
I'm a little unclear, to be
Uh-huh.
honest, there is a packet that I didn't.
Oh, the muse,
Muse.
the whole structure.
Like, it's called Washington Street
So it's like a landmark road.
They created it, like they moved 3 houses to the site, they preserved the 6, they
Oh,
preserved.
right, I know all that, right.
Washington Walk, but like this whole plan that they had, it's like
Uh-huh.
with the pedestrian easement,
Uh-huh.
goes around the side of
Yeah.
one of the houses and into the back.
Yeah.
And the
remember
idea
this.
was it was called, it was like this walk that you
I mean,
could
I
do
know
with the back.
exactly where it is.
Yeah.
So you're saying that should be all part of the.
It is, I believe it is all landmarks,
I see.
but it's with different owners, like it has our houses and we own bits of it, and also
Looks like an-
Independence Plaza North owns also parts of it, including the actual street, Washington
I
Walk.
don't see anything visually. I see your hand and I see papers.
It's
Where
not
exactly, can you describe, let's
Yeah.
look, let's
You're gonna hate
describe
it.
it from the perspective so I can get a visualization of the remnant of Washington Street that, is Elsie still here next to Elsie's house? Describe what you're talking about in geographic relationship to that little piece, so I'll know where you mean.
Coming south from Harrison Street, is a
Right.
beautiful cobblestone street. They used to have honey locusts on the right and linden trees on the left.
Right,
There's some of those still left, but they came in and cut down 5 mature 50-year-old honey locust trees.
wow,
And it was one of the most beautiful spots in Tribeca, so
Right.
beautiful that out of 5 postcards for Tribeca, that little muse was part of it. And now it looks like, it's just horrendous, it's like Pottersville, I'm telling you. It's just a parking lot, and.
on what basis did they cut down the trees? What was the
They
justification?
dropped pods on their cars.
Because they, yeah, it's because they use it as a parking lot and they had to clean their cars a lot.
Ugh.
Yeah, honey locusts are very.
Okay, what would you like us
Well,
ultimately to do
I-
in this room tonight?
I guess, I'm not exactly sure, but we're worried, basically, like, this is, the landmark thing that did this it's like old, it's from the 70s, like the document we have that, and, yeah, and it's like, I mean, I have a copy of it, but we're worried, basically worried that Independence Plaza is gonna come to the back and like cut down the trees, that we won't have anyone to call or anyone to notify, and we're not sure how to start any kind of process. I talked to like, an engineer from like this, like from old structures, and she
Yeah.
was like,
Mary Evans.
yeah, Mary, yeah, I contacted her today, she's found it, but she was like, well, if I can do like, and she said to come here, but she also said I could do like a, you know,
Historic
I could
structures
do
report.
her historic structures report, but not until I have the plan for this giant development, because she was like, I can't tell you what, how it's.
So Susan's gonna tell you something.
No, I think that it's not just the trees. I think they're very frightened they're very concerned about the street and the destruction of the
Yeah.
street, as well as their own units.
Yes.
Because I think that the developer, let's not go there, but the developer can't assure them that nothing is going to happen to their abodes through this.
Yes,
And I think that's a big piece. This is an ownership piece.
There's another piece here, which is that the fact that the way that they've been treating the property that they do own, which is part of a public easement that's mentioned in the landmark offering plan. I don't know whether their side of it is landmark or not. I know the stuff we own is, but it's meant to surround it on 3 sides. They have taken that property and they've turned it into parking lots.
Because they own it and
They own it.
they're making it.
Do we have a
like-
map of, we don't have a map or anything, you know?
No,
We haven't.
I think since the trees are down already,
See this?
we should put this on the, What?
So that's right now.
Oh, no, I can't see that, but I think we should, I suggest that we put this on the agenda, even if it's not resolution worthy, for our next meeting and have a proper presentation. We're conflating
that's
the
a good idea.
900-foot tower with chopped trees, with the single houses. This is a big thing.
And can you come to the
Yeah,
full
they're
board
coming.
with the bullet points of trees, parking,
All right.
and then do that?
But
and then
what's
we'll-
coming to this meeting in this
Jan-
month, in
Mhm.
December, is the land use. They've asked for some modifications on the 80-story building they want to build in the middle of Independence Plaza.
Were we at that meeting together?
Yes,
Yes,
that's
okay.
it.
But it's as of right, as you pointed out in the
Yes,
beginning.
I know,
So
but that's
thank
all
you.
I'm saying.
Close
Yeah,
the
yeah,
book with
yeah.
that.
I would like to say more, but if I'm talking too much, please tell me. This is such a complicated issue. I wasn't able to go to the land use committee meeting on this. I will say historically that Madeline Wills 10 years ago said we had to do something about the zoning west of Greenwich Street, and I brought it up time and again, and no one was interested. The zoning was always huge over there. You're shaking your head. Can I stop talking?
No, I'm agreeing with you, Bruce, but
Oh,
there's no, it's
But,
a
but,
piece
but
that,
no one on the community board was interested at all. I brought it up so many times. It was like out of sight, out of mind. And then there's also the issue that west of Greenwich Street was zoned in the Washington Market Urban Renewal District, which was so fashionable in the 60s for large scale housing. And east of Greenwich Street was downzoned to FAR 5, which is about as low as it gets in Manhattan. So there are so many complicated issues here. It's further complicated by the fact that Signy, who designed the greening of Greenwich Street with John Petrarca, and Morris Adjemi are involved, both of them deeply involved in the neighborhood. And Signy has done incredible work over, as most of you know, over 30 years in this neighborhood and lives on Duane Street. It's extremely complicated. And I just, I think we need a bigger presentation here.
Yes, I just want to say one more thing, which is that I measured the distance. Like, I don't know, in the presentation, he said that we would, like, no building would be within 90 feet of any existing structure. He obviously did not count our houses as existing structures, because from wall to wall across the courtyard to what the 8-story building they're building is 45 feet. And to the site of right now, the wall of the school, to my neighbor, her side wall is 35 feet. And these are wood frame houses made of brick. Like, I know that they're gonna have to put seismic readers in our basements and everything else now, because I talked to Marie, but I mean, in a way, I'm like, if we bring it up, maybe, like, I can write down, I haven't had a chance, I just talked to her, so I don't have a chance to write it down, but like, all the things they're gonna have to do, I don't think they're gonna be able to even build the footings for this without creating vibrations that are dangerous for the houses.
I would like to ask Elsie, because I can't get a handle on the site. Even I've been looking all day, and there is a graphic in Tribeca Citizen, but I just can't make sense of it. Elsie, do you happen to know how this would impinge upon the houses in terms of geography, how close it would be? I'm not talking about shadows, I'm talking about the actual structure.
he was just saying.
It's very close. It
It's
says
what I
said.
it's 35 feet from
He's
the
just saying.
side back house.
So is it just
45.
outside of the gardens, Elsie, the passageway?
No, it's on both sides.
It's on both sides.
The garden.
Really?
Yeah, it's-
Both sides. of it.
And I'm also, I'm worried that the houses will fall down, first of all. And secondly, I'm really worried about the wind. I mean, I'm getting older. I can barely make it home sometimes. It's true.
Not getting old, Elsie. I'm getting.
Yeah, but if I'm carrying a portfolio, I don't weigh a lot. I'm gonna have to wear
Right.
some.
I think what we're gonna do is you're gonna come to the meeting on the land use, but please come to us in January. No?
They should come to the full board meeting.
Well, they are coming.
And then we'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
That's really to say. I mean, you guys are trying to get ahead of it But it is a thing that it doesn't require any sort of discretionary approval or any, I guess one maybe guy has to approve it.
Does it not though? I feel like Chris Martin, when we met with him, said that people from the committee on the land use had to vote.
But
Decide on it.
since it's like not, since it's not, since it's like.
It's as of right, so there's no year process.
That's,
Well, and
that's,
we're waiting for more information too. As it moves forward, there's gonna be more information from the developers. that
well,
comes out.
but my question to
Yeah.
Bruce and Jason and Gerald is, as of right, has the right to destroy buildings?
Yes,
Homes?
yes,
Yes, they do, right, Bruce? Yeah.
yes.
Well, you tell me.
Write that down.
No, they don't have a right to attack
I
landmark
think
buildings.
I think
But they're not landmark buildings, the Independence. Elsie's houses, those houses are landmarks, very much so.
Yes, they're
Actually so.
individual.
But they have no right to, they can tear down the Independence Plaza
They
houses.
can, right, no, but I meant Bruce is they have no right to impact and.
That's correct. That's correct. Not only that,
injure.
but the gardens
Yes.
behind the houses, they can't go anywhere. The part of the deal in moving some of the houses there, and I'm sorry to keep mentioning Elsie, her house was always there since the 19th century, but the houses along Harrison Street were moved there, and part of the deal was to leave where the gardens are now as a public passageway. That can't be removed. They can't impinge upon that. I'm just saying.
They're not saying it can be, Bruce. They're saying these guys are taking a crappy job of taking care of it.
And that they don't trust them, Bruce.
And they
because
think they're cutting trees down. because they're-
Right.
I have a quick question. So if they come to cut down the trees, are they, and they're a landmarked area?
Yes.
Courtyard, these like 50-year-old trees,
Yeah.
they come to cut them down. Is landmarks actually involved with that?
No, that would be a forestry thing, and they're gonna put a fine of like nothing,
So
so.
there's nothing.
Right. It's cost of doing business, yeah.
You can monitor the trees
But
with
they-
security cameras or something,
They
but,
come with chainsaws, you don't know what to do. Like,
well,
you know-
not only that,
No.
they can,
No,
they can also,
Well,
they can
there-
also drill holes
there
where
have
nobody
been
knows.
tree huggers.
Trees
No.
through it and put something in the ground and kill them that way.
Yeah, they're not
And then
just-
when they're dead, they'll say,
Yes,
hey, we gotta
He
cut
doesn't
that.
like to, yeah.
So you wanna keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Are the principals coming to the landmarks, to the,
The tile, so it's all bluestone tile back there.
Yeah.
And it's really, really like
saw
a
the
wreck,
picture.
and like there's kids playing and like, I don't know, it's like, it's a mess. It's really actually a super hazard. But I don't know what the role of landmarks would be in terms of having them maintain the landmark courtyard as originally established in the, landmark doc. So that's sort of.
She has a question about
Yeah.
landmark.
I mean, this is,
Well, that, I do have one.
you know, what
It's in bad shape.
it's in bad shape.
So what's the role of landmarks in that? Is that like, or?
Does landmarks have a
Said I should call him,
role?
but I.
In enforcing the good keeping of a landmark
Yeah.
courtyard,
If
I
for an
don't think
easement?
there's much.
what is the,
And-
what is the landmark courtyard? What is the landmark courtyard? The
It's an
Washington
easement.
Place is landmarked and the houses are landmarked, the colonial houses. What courtyard is landmarked? I'm just asking.
It's behind the house.
The
You
muse behind.
You walk down the cobblestone street
Right.
and take a left, and then you take another left. And it's open for people to come back there, and they do, to look at the houses. And, yeah.
Okay,
it's
I
not-
know
it's
where you
not
mean
the-
now. And that's landmark.
There's-
That's not maintained.
They're saying it's not maintained.
It's being
that
neglected.
It's some sort of a street landmark area, like,
Yeah, like
not-
downtown, yeah.
like Wall Street or something like that. But that's not clear to me because I didn't read the designation, I didn't read any easements, I don't know much about it. You guys are the,
We really need to clarify that because I know the houses are individually landmarked even though they're aggregate. And I know
Yes.
the land behind it, the the gardens are landmarked and Washington Street is landmarked. But I did know that open courtyard behind the houses, that it's sort of integral with Independence Plaza. I didn't know that was landmarked.
Tammy should put it on her report.
They told me it was landmarked when I tried to change, when I was doing work there. And
Work on your what?
on my house, no, on my house, I had to rebuild the porch, it was wood and Department of Buildings.
I know which
down.
house you're talking
I
about
saw
now,
that.
and that's, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that was,
Yeah, but
that's a di- That's a different matter. I'm just saying, we don't want to get into it. Jason has his coat on, but that was a different issue.
But LCC said that I couldn't even change the planters, like they
That's
were
right.
landmark.
That's right.
They
I-
said
I
so.
know.
So I,
Well, yeah,
Is the meeting adjourned?
who's your, well,
Yes.
the other person.
You need a motion?
Yes, I do, sir.
I make a motion.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for-
Thank you. And thank you for.
What's that?
These are, Andrea, these are,
It's-
you have to have them, they're made of
No,
rice.